Welcome back, Garden Rebels. Today on the Hydrohaven channel, we're pulling back the curtain on something the big soil and fertilizer companies don't want you talking about. I'm about to share information that could fundamentally change how you approach gardening forever, and yes, it might ruffle some corporate feathers, but I believe you deserve to know what's really happening in your garden soil and why your plants might be stuck in a dependency cycle that keeps you reaching for your wallet season after season. Let's cut straight to the chase. Nitrogen. It's absolutely essential for plant growth, the backbone of amino acids, proteins, and chlorophyll. Without it, your garden would be a barren wasteland. But here's where things get disturbing. The commercial gardening industry has weaponized this critical nutrient against you, creating a dependency cycle that's nearly impossible to break without understanding what's happening beneath the surface. The form of nitrogen that dominates commercial fertilizers and soil mixes, particularly synthetic forms like urea, ammonium nitrate, and ammonium phosphates, creates a perfect storm in your garden's ecosystem. These concentrated water-soluble forms of nitrogen give plants an immediate boost, something I call the nitrogen high. Your plants respond dramatically at first lush green growth, rapid development, seemingly miraculous results. It's gardening's equivalent of a sugar rush, and just like a sugar rush, the crash that follows leaves your soil and plants more depleted than before. When your plants get accustomed to these synthetic nitrogen sources, something profound happens in the soil. The natural nitrogen cycle begins to break down. The complex community of microorganisms that would normally help fix atmospheric nitrogen and convert organic matter into plant-available forms becomes redundant. These beneficial bacteria and fungi populations decline dramatically. Your soil essentially becomes lazy. Why develop complex relationships with microorganisms when nitrogen comes in an easy, immediate form? This is where the insidious dependency cycle takes hold. After a season or two of synthetic nitrogen applications, your soil's natural fertility mechanisms atrophy. The microbial communities that once provided steady, sustainable nutrition become depleted. Your plants, now accustomed to the easy nitrogen hit, develop shallow root systems that are less efficient at seeking out nutrients. The result? Without continued applications of synthetic fertilizers, your garden's performance plummets. What's worse, this cycle accelerates over time. Each application of synthetic nitrogen further diminishes soil health, making your garden increasingly dependent on the very products that are causing the problem. It's the perfect business model for soil and fertilizer companies. Create a product that initially works wonders but secretly damages the system it's supposed to support, guaranteeing customers returns season after season. The numbers tell the disturbing story. Studies have shown that gardens regularly treated with synthetic nitrogen fertilizers can lose up to 70% of their natural nitrogen cycling capacity within just 3 growing seasons. This translates directly to reduced yields unless you continue applying more product, often at increasing rates. It's no accident that the directions on fertilizer packages recommend more frequent applications as time goes on. The consequences extend far beyond your garden borders and wallet. When synthetic nitrogen is applied in excess, which is almost guaranteed in this dependency model, it doesn't just stay where you put it. Up to 50% of applied nitrogen leaches through soil into groundwater or runs off into waterways. This nitrogen pollution contributes to algal blooms, fish kills, and contaminated drinking water. Some commercial growing operations have rendered local water sources unsafe through decades of synthetic nitrogen applications. There's also the matter of soil pH destabilization. Many nitrogen fertilizers, particularly ammonium-based ones, have an acidifying effect on soil. This gradual pH shift creates additional problems that, surprise, require more products to fix. The acidification damages the very microbiome that would naturally help your plants thrive, creating yet another dependency loop that benefits manufacturers, not gardeners. The soil structure itself suffers as well. As microbial communities decline, the complex network of fungal hyphae and bacterial films that create soil aggregates disappears. Your soil becomes more compacted, less able to retain moisture in drought or drain properly during wet periods. The answer sold to you? More products, soil conditioners, wetting agents, and drainage solutions. Now for the empowering part, you can break this cycle, reclaim your soil's natural fertility, and free yourself from dependency on synthetic nitrogen products. The transition requires patience. After all, you're rebuilding an ecosystem, but the results are transformative. The first step is embracing organic nitrogen sources. Compost, well-rotted manure, blood meal, and fish emulsion provide nitrogen in forms that feed soil life rather than bypassing it. These sources release nitrogen slowly in harmony with plant needs and soil microbial activity. Unlike synthetic alternatives, they contribute carbon and other essential elements that support overall soil health. Leguminous plants are your secret weapons in this soil revolution. Plants like clover, beans, peas, and alfalfa form relationships with rhizobia bacteria, allowing them to fix atmospheric nitrogen directly into the soil. A strategic rotation that includes these nitrogen-fixing plants can dramatically reduce or eliminate the need for external nitrogen sources. Consider dedicating 20 to 30% of your growing space to these botanical nitrogen factories each season. Mulching becomes non-negotiable in your liberation strategy. A consistent layer of organic mulch straw, leaves, grass clippings, or wood chips creates the perfect environment for nitrogen-cycling microorganisms to re-establish themselves. As this mulch breaks down, it provides a steady trickle of nutrients while protecting soil life from temperature extremes and moisture fluctuations. Microbial inoculation speeds the recovery process. Products containing mycorrhizal fungi and nitrogen-fixing bacteria can jumpstart the rebuilding of your soil's microbial community. These beneficial organisms form partnerships with your plants, dramatically improving nutrient cycling and availability without the destructive side effects of synthetic fertilizers. As your soil recovers from synthetic nitrogen dependency, you'll notice profound changes in your garden's performance. Plants develop deeper, more extensive root systems, becoming naturally resilient to drought and disease. Pest problems diminish as balanced nutrition eliminates the tender, nitrogen-rich growth that attracts many insects. Flavor and nutrient density improve in edible crops, a direct result of slower, more balanced growth patterns. The transition timeline varies depending on how long your soil has been dependent on synthetic inputs. Most gardens show significant improvement within 2 growing seasons, with complete rehabilitation possible within 3 to 5 years. During the transition, you may need to provide some supplemental organic nitrogen as your soil rebuilds its natural cycling capacity. Consider this the weaning period. Your soil is in recovery. The financial implications are substantial. While there may be some initial investment in compost, organic amendments, or cover crop seeds, the long-term savings are remarkable. Gardeners who have completed this transition report a 70 to 90% reduction in ongoing soil amendment costs. The improved resilience means fewer losses to disease and environmental stress, further increasing your garden's productivity and value. Perhaps most importantly, you regain control over your garden's health and productivity. No more dependency on products designed to keep you coming back. No more contributing to environmental degradation through nitrogen runoff. Your garden becomes a regenerative system that improves year after year without increasing inputs. The exact opposite of the dependency model pushed by commercial soil and fertilizer companies. I've shared information today that the big soil companies would prefer stayed buried. Their business model depends on your continued dependency, but your gardening success doesn't have to. By understanding the nitrogen trap and taking steps to restore your soil's natural fertility cycles, you're not just growing better plants, you're participating in a fundamental shift toward truly sustainable gardening. If you found this information valuable, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with fellow gardeners who might be trapped in the synthetic nitrogen cycle without realizing it. Drop a comment below sharing your experiences with transitioning away from synthetic fertilizers. Your journey might inspire someone else to break free. Until next time, this is Hydrohaven, empowering you to grow better naturally. Happy gardening, everyone.